That's right, guys. I have a second female in the blue Steele Apistogrammas. This has to be a daughter from the original female, who is right there on the left, I believe. Yes. Hey, Dan. So I am more than thrilled about this. It's just unheard of to have one female. Um, but to have a second one now, it's just incredible. So that's the grandmother there on the left, and that's the new little mom down there in the flower pot. Boy, am I glad I never turned that thing back up. Of course, the babies are tiny, tiny, and she had been putting them back up. So let's see if we can see any of them. Some of you probably recall when this little female was born, or this one was born. Let's see if we can get in here a little closer. Still don't have any focus. Yeah, see the babies all down in front of her. It's quite a decent spawn. They love to hide in the rocks. And if anything comes around, that's where they'll go, right down in the rocks. She's calling them all up to the pot. See them gathering up in front of her down there. And I'm seeing about 20 at one time, so. Yeah, Zen, these are the blue Steele Apistogrammas, and it's just unheard of, rarer than rare to have a female. And I got 4 males from Dan's Fish maybe a year and a half ago. Well, finally, when they got big enough to breed, it turns out there was a female. And she's had several spawns, so that's where I got all the other little blue steels in here. And I've just held my breath that one of those would be a female from her fry. And this is one of her babies. It's still a juvenile, but it has spawned. Yeah, it really is then, because at the time the mother had spawned before, Dan said he didn't know of any other spawning female in the U.S. They're just that hard to find, that rare. And it's not known if it's because they don't breed out, or if it's genetic, or if the breeders actually hold the females back. So it's just incredible. And what's really amazing through all this is that I have that black ghost knife fish in here, and he never has bothered any babies. Never has. And I trusted him and left him in here. It's because he's never been fed fish. But you can just see how tiny they are. I wish her mom would come back around, which is the grandmother. And usually males won't, at least with these, the spawns I've had, the males don't hang out and guard as closely as some of the man-made Apistos. You see, they're all following under her. You're bonded to her, of course. Hey, Mark. Melvin, look at this stream here a little bit. She's getting after somebody. They make great little moms. Of course, I hear all Apistos do. I'm just totally thrilled. I can't believe this. So I have 2 breeding female blue Steele Apistogrammas in one tank. And one's the mother of the other. She's got a bunch of babies. I had said on a vid a couple of days ago that something was going on. There was a lot of activity over at the pot there, so this is what was up. That Plico cave that's behind the rock in the pot there, you can kind of see the top of it. Has some activity too, but I'm not sure it's a spawn. Yeah. There's, that's that's her mother, that's the grandmother. And she's cleaning out the Plico cave back there where she spawned this little female. Well, yeah, I do, Lefty, but this is such a rare thing to have one female, but now to have a second female, and that one's cleaning out her mother's cleaning out that cave back there. So it would be unbelievable to have two spawns at one time, as it is to have two spawning blue steel Apistos. You just can't find the females. She's got a bunch of babies, yeah. She's keeping a close watch. Hey, Ginger. Hey, Sean. Yeah, and I just happened to look over. I was watching JN Aquarium and listening to Mr. Carmack, and just looked over and happened to notice them. I remember when this girl was that tiny. Ginger, we're talking about coming over your way, James and Ed and myself. We were in Atlanta, as you know, this past weekend. And we've got the touring fever, I guess, right now. So we may be coming over that way soon. Yeah, see the mom back there. I'm afraid to move too much because it took me like 5 minutes to get in close enough that she wouldn't run away. Yeah, see the cave back there that I'm talking about? Yeah, we will. I want to try to see Tiffany and John Cox maybe, and some of these other people, you know, that are over that way. And James hasn't been to the stores over there, and I possibly might get another tank. I find myself needing a bigger tank now, so it's okay. Come on back. Come on. Not gonna bother you or your babies. That's probably, what is that? Oh, a clip. An instinctive thing to run from the babies so that I would follow her. Yep. Oh, those little babies. She's got a butt ton of them for sure. Her mother has the ventral fins are bent on the ends. She was always that way, and they're dark. So that's one way I know the difference. You see, there's a, oh, it got away quicker than I could. It's a little juvenile. All these water spots. It always happens. See the juvenile in the flower pot back there? So there were like 5 spawns that I know of from that original mom. But there's all different sizes of the little Apistos. He's back there going behind the pot. Hey, Chad. We're just looking at newborn Apistogramma fry. Oh, come on, I'm not gonna bother you. Oh wow, one of them's all the way up on that rock in the moss. Hey, Candy. Candy's seen these videos when the mom was breeding. That mother that was so rare has had a female, and it has spawned. So I have 2 breeding females now. Razak. Not the fish whisperer, that's for sure. Just very lucky. Can't wait to tell Dan's fish about this. They're all over the place. Yeah, Andy, there's, if you know these, they're blue steels and they're wild, so. And the females are super rare. Yeah, I figured it did, but I don't know what else to do. I changed my password twice. I tried it on 2 different devices, so I don't know what's wrong. There's more than enough money in my PayPal account to cover it, so I don't know what's up. I'm just really getting tired of PayPal. I think she got one in her mouth. I'm not sure. They're sure not as showy and colorful as some of the man-made Apistos, but they're beautiful little fish. Looks like she's calling them in, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Her mother, I think, is clean. I know she's cleaning out that cave back there, but that would be awesome to have a spawn right behind this one. That's the mother right there. See how the tips of her ventrals are bent? That's the mother of this little fish. She's keeping all the other fish away from that. That's where she spawned all the times. There's the daughter, the mom of these. And the grandmother's in there. How cool. It will be super cool to have 2 spawns. Hey, Kenny. Yeah, they do that sometimes, Ginger. Remember I told you. Sometimes they'll split the fry. Sometimes one will take them or one of the others will take them. And when they do that, it's usually the dad that runs the mother away. But the spawns that you've had with them are their first, so they're learning. I would kind of watch him. He would be crazy to really seriously mess with her as long as she has the fry. But it's really hard to, the males are a little bigger than the females. It's hard to watch all the fry all the time. He may want those fry to be gone sooner than later so he can spawn again. Probably don't need to move him, but just keep an eye. Yeah, that's the female. Ryan, I had to keep this tank about 77, 78. pH is 6.5 or so. I just checked it because somebody asked me. Well, I'm shaky. I do have a gimbal on the way. Not a gimbal brand, but something hopefully to use as a tripod and to stabilize a little. Hey, Mary Page Flynn. Well, these are a wild type, and the reason that I'm tripping is because it's just impossible to have a female. Just don't see females of this these in the hobby, and I have 2 now. So, but yeah, there are lots of Apistos that are a lot showier and prettier colors and all that, and I've been tempted to keep those, and I may at some point, but I just really like these because we've got a dog serenade starting up, just because of their simplicity. They're great little fish. Kind of have a mysterious past too. They're interesting reading, that's for sure. Those are all my remote tank lights there. Thanks, Candy. Yeah, they are. Somebody had asked me, told me they wanted a pair when they grew out, and you know, that would, I have 2 females now, so the thought that I would ever let one of them go, which is 2, is never going to happen. But I had 10, I might let a female go as a pair. But I told whoever just asked me, yeah, I knew you did, Ginger, and somebody else did too. But I told whoever the 3rd person was that asked me, it was just a video I was doing a day or 2 ago, and I don't even remember why I was doing this tank. But I told them that you and somebody else had asked me months and months ago when this little girl here was born. So, hey Pam, Yazzie. Come here, Yazzie. I got Pam on here. Jesus. What are you barking at? Maria. Yeah, Maria. That's who it was. Maria and Ginger. It might have been Zen. Was it you, Zen? Somebody just asked me. I'd have to go back and look at the video. Or is Zen here? I don't see Zen. It might have been Zen Ginger that asked me. And it may be even in the comments of the video from yesterday. So, oh, Zen is here. That's great, Zach. Yeah, I started watching the video. Actually, I think I finished it, but I don't know that I ever commented on it. I did like it. Yeah, I remember the video. It's about your turtles. So, for those of you that don't know Zach, I know Candy and Pam, some of us old-timers on YouTube and the Fish Fam do know Zach. So, Kenny, you would love Zach's channel. He's got a lot of big fish and some great-looking tanks. Danny would love his tanks, his plants and stuff. So check him out. He had a pretty hard loss. Mark, I don't know the scientific name, but they're known as blue steels. If you just Google blue steel Apistogrammas, they'll come right up. Yep. Well, he just got a new video out yesterday, Pam, so he lost his female puffer. That's like my Dharma, the Fahawker. He lost his Miss Sunshine, and that's just taken some time to deal with, so. Yep, the musk turtles. It's got a custom tank they're in, too. Yep. Girl, you better get back around here with your babies. There's a lot of live streaming going on now, Zach, also. Don't know if that's something you're interested in, but these guys are great parents. Mark, in this tank, on the other side of the tank, waiting to be fed, is a 14-inch black ghost knife fish. And all of this little fish here and all the others in here grew up with that black ghost knife. I never fed the black ghost any live fish or any fish at all. So it never expected to eat fish. So yeah, well, it's something to think about. A lot of people are doing it, but you do awesome videos too. Just something to think about. You can see there he is, the black ghost knife. He comes over here sometimes, but the original mother of these always would put him back and he would defer to her. So he probably thinks he's a little bitty guy. He doesn't know you can eat fish. Hey, Dylan. Andy, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You've got great content, you've got great fish, and it's interesting. I don't know. No, Ginger, Carrot has never eaten anything but jumbo bloodworms. Nothing at all. I think that's the mom right there, the grandmother. Yeah, so she just went in the tunnel down there. So she's actually setting up house right beside her daughter. Nope, that's what everybody told me. If you go back and look at the videos when like this little girl here was a tiny little fry like those that she's got under her, everybody was saying, you'll be sorry, pull him out. And I just trusted the fish. He's wanting me to come and feed him. He sees me and he hears me. See him over there with his head up. He's just a big puppy. I had him since he was like 3 inches. I had 2 of them and I lost one. Never was sure what happened, but it was something I did, I'm sure. But yeah, I hand feed him all the time. He's doing some acrobatics for us. He may be more than 14 inches now. I can measure him by the side of the tank, so. Between the 2 moms sitting up over here, you probably won't even venture to this side of the tank. But he never bothered the babies before with all those other spawns. Guys, I'll be glad too when I get a tripod. Well, the black worms are almost impossible. I did see your comment or your explanation about going against the herd. See, I did watch it, Zach, and I paid very close attention because you're one of the people that I learn a lot from. And I'm so sorry that you've just not been in the frame of mind to do things, but I'm glad that you did do a video now, and hopefully that'll get something going for you. But I did hear your comment about you go against the herd and that the bloodworms can cause bloat, and that they didn't have much nutritional value, and that's why I didn't comment. I wanted to research that and look at that. But to answer your question, blackworms are virtually impossible to get, or they have been. I'm sure she would probably eat them, but I've tried shredding other foods. It seems to be the red color too, and she will eat regular bloodworms. We're talking about jumbo bloodworms, like the super big bloodworms. She's a big, well, you've seen her. Yeah, she's a big puffer. Yeah, and Ginger's in Nashville, so they've just been super hard to get, and I don't know that I could get them now. I think Dan's has some, so I'm going to be getting some stuff from him very soon, so I'll see. I know he ordered somebody like a pound of blackworms, but yeah, I used to get blackworms all the time here locally. So that's the main reason. And you know, there are people, Zach, especially here in the U.S., that feel the same way about blackworms that you feel about bloodworms. So I just need to do a side-by-side comparison. But at this point, it's whatever she'll eat. She won't eat jumbo krill. She won't eat anything. She won't eat pellets. And the other one that we hope is a male will eat the jumbo bloodworms, but he really wants his jumbo krill. He'll also eat some pellets and stuff. So I have to give her plenty of bloodworms to keep her from losing weight. I definitely don't want to give them any live fish. I don't want to start that. I've got lots of fish I cull out, but they go in the cull tanks, you know, so I don't want to start that. It's very unhealthy. Red wigglers. I have some of those in the fridge, actually. And they're for Dharma the Fahaka. Yeah, you can buy the red wigglers here, like in bait shops and or like at Petco. I have some of the red wigglers in the fridge, and I give these big axolotls that just spawned, and I also give Dharma the Fahaka maybe once a week. And they seem to keep reproducing in the container they're in. I've never run out. I've had them probably 6 months. Where'd she go? Yeah. I don't know if you're talking to me or someone else, but yeah, that's a great discussion because people, you know, are always all about what they feed their fish. So it's never a topic that, it's always something that people are interested in and will participate in. So that would be a great video for you to do, Zach. I can't stay focused long enough on one topic to do a video like that. Thank you, Dylan. They've already been fed too tonight. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to feed those babies. Pam, you've been hollering you were hot all evening. I hope you can get cooled off. Yep, all great ideas, Dylan. Yeah, well, Apistos are something, Mark, that you can usually order. In fact, I think Dan's Fish may even have some of these. Of course, to get a female is unheard of, but you could get lucky, you know. Or you may have some of the, I call them man-made. Well, they are, because they've been bred to have red fins or to have this or that. I've not used auto feeders yet. Haven't really had any reason to. Oops, dropped some money, I think. Well, this is the daughter of another female that's in here What's impressive about it, Andy, is that there aren't any females with these Apistos. So that I actually got a female in a group. I don't know, Dan might have had 200 a group, and he said no females. But actually, one of the 4 I got did turn out to be a female, and she spawned probably 5 times, at least that I know of. I just quit watching for the spawns. And this is one of her babies. She's still in here too, and she's cleaning out that tunnel back there. So, yeah, Jack and Dan, I think you all probably remember when this one was little, and I was just crossing my fingers out of all those spawns there would be a female. The dial ones, the feeders, yeah. Just got a bunch of little tiny babies, and they're all in those rocks picking around. I usually have been turning my lights out just completely off, but I'll dial them down gradually so they'll all go to her. Yeah, I don't know, Mary Page, how I got so lucky and got a female and now a second one. Okay. They probably are for sale somewhere. They do come up occasionally. And now with 2 of them spawning, maybe I can get a 3rd female. Here comes one of the younger kids. See it coming over the, watch it looking in there. It's looking in at its mother. Its mother, yeah. So that would be the sibling of this one, but it looks like it's a spawn or 2 behind her. It's small. That one was looking in the cave. It may be a little male. Kind of hard to sex. Oh, thank you, Kenny. A hippopotamus trying to spin out. It's cute. That's a big compliment. Thank you. To be included with Lucas in anything is a big compliment and an honor. Thank you, Zach. He might not agree with that, but I'll take it. Thank you. Hey, Priscilla. Yeah, he is. Lucas is a really nice fellow. Got quite a few of his fish and plants in my fish rooms. Ouch. Dylan, you don't need to do that. Thank you. When I do, I am monetized now, so I do get a little direct deposit from, thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Andy. The monies I do get, I donate to the ARC, where I volunteer the pet shelter. We're all volunteers over there, so none of us would want pay. We would be offended. We love the pets and what we're doing. I had to send out a group message today, of course a text. Old people like texting instead of all the other platforms. I use them, but I told them that lawnmower I had donated after I had hip surgery, that we'd need to use it because my niece needs a new mower and I'd rather it be over there. And they got it mowed today. I just can't push him more without it hurting me. So I got myself a riding mower. So I'm the old codger over there. My goodness, 35 minutes. Bet you guys are bored to heck. Let me get up and show. Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you, Priscilla. Appreciate it. And by the way, I think I forget to mention, I know I do, that the ARC is tax deductible. It's a 501c3. And I think it's like up to $300 or something. You just keep up with your own donations. It's not challenged by the IRS. Oh, well, James, you didn't actually have that much of a car ride because I remember, well, I can't make those kinds of noises, but I remember you sleeping. James had partied most of the night before. And he made it there. Thank you, Zach. No, he'd only got a couple hours sleep for some reason, but I can't remember what it really is. Yeah, there's a little guy down there lurking around. Well, see, they're used to hanging around all the time wherever they want to go, so it'll take them a little while. Oh, thank you, Candy. Phew, 40 tanks. I'm down to 39 and it feels good from 40 to 39. Oh, Danny. What you got? What you got, baby? Goodness. What's wrong? What's the matter? Oh, I dropped some of my peanuts. It looks like I was sitting there eating. Uh-oh, we're going to have some trouble here. She sees it. It ran. But yeah, these he'll turn around and come over here and follow me probably. See all the little Apistos over here? They actually like to hang out with the black ghost knife fish because they learned that there was nothing to fear from him from the time they were little, tiny things. So I feed him in this corner. In fact, if I tap, he'll probably come on over here. Yep, there he comes. There he comes. There's my buddy. Nope, he didn't come. Nope. He doesn't see anything in my hand that looks like food, probably. And it hadn't been that long since he's been fed. He'll come over in a minute. There he is. But yeah, he always, when he crunches his frozen foods, there he comes up. Playing hard to get. Yeah, you were. It's a pretty good sized fish. But all those little fish in here are perfectly safe. There he is. I got tired of waiting on you. I did. He used to fit in the white tube down there, but he doesn't for a long time now. But yeah, I see all the Apistos hanging out over here because they like to get his scraps. So they're hoping I'm going to feed him again. I'm wondering where all of my catfish are. Yeah, I keep saying and was saying every day I'm going to move him to the 180, but I've never moved him in there. I'm sure he would adjust. The Apistos love that PVC, so that's why I haven't taken it out. Should have some little guys somewhere around. Here's one. Bunch of them there. James, I don't want to put you through that driving, so Ed and I'll send you a text when we get over to see Ginger and Tiffany in Nashville. Here's a little one. Oh, well, true. That's the only time James gets a break is when we go on a road trip, right, James? So, yeah. I'm eager to go. I tell you, from the drive, I was a little bit stoved up yesterday. I really was on my cane. I really was on it. You know, knife fish won't come out in the light because they like dark places. Such a big baby. And he does have the, you know, they have the, not like an electric catfish, but they have a little bit of a, oh, here he is over here. Let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. There he is, rubbing against the pot. She didn't see him. I see a reflection. Uh-oh, there comes Grandma. She may put him out of there. Yep, she's right up in his face. And he left. See you, Chad. Thanks for listening to the rambling. Back over to his place. Let's see, I don't have any frozen. Well, they don't get any more tonight, but I might have something else in here he will eat. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm gonna give him. Green water is still trying to clear up. Trying. All right. He's back over on that other side. He's probably wondering what I'm doing over there. All right, come on. Come on. There he is. Here we go. Get it? He's throwing water out. He wants more frozen. You better get that. Here, let me put it down there. Did you get it? There he goes. Get a little concerned about giving him a cube of that because of the bloat potential, so I break it up several pieces and see all of his little pieces flowing over. And look who's here to get it. Alright, here's the other half. Ready? Get it? Get it? Where'd it go? He is. Imagine if you got your finger in there by mistake. He didn't get that other piece. Where'd it go? He didn't get that other piece, so I want to make, there it is right there. That's his treat. I don't know. Had never tried to sex him or thought of, I call it a him. All right, come on back. Come on. It's nice and soggy now. Come on. He thinks I'm just playing with him. I don't think he believes I had food. I wouldn't do that. Come on. People say all kinds of things about them that aren't true, that they don't like the light, that they're blind, that they eat all the small fish. Well, yeah, if that's what they have to eat, or you teach them to do that. You see all the fish in this tank. Got some big nostrils, boy. Come on. There he comes. There he goes. You got it. Nope. What's wrong with your aim? He likes me to throw the big pieces of the krill in. Is anybody even watching this? Yeah. Oh, really? It won't stick on now. Let's see if he'll get it. If it falls down, it's going to fall apart. Here come the catfish. Uh-oh, got him a piece. See, he can see quite well. Even those little pieces. Oh, aqua balls, thank you. Here's a piece falling down. Let's see if he goes for it. Oh, silly. You wouldn't take it. You let it get away from you. Yeah, it's all gone. There he comes. Let's find it. This other fish probably have eaten it. I've got one little... Yeah, they really are so misunderstood. They really are. I started to say he does have a little electric shock. One time I touched him just for the heck of it, and he knew I was going to do it, and he pulled his tail away. He tried to avoid me, but I just touched my finger to him, and it was just a zingy feel. It wasn't very strong. I guess he could make it strong if he wanted to. What am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you? Come back here. What am I going to do with you? You're so silly. You're so silly. Look at him rolling. You're so silly. Yeah, when they were about half this size, I lost the other one. And I was just sick about it because they were so personable. Yeah, see, there's the piece of food he lost. What did I tell you guys? All the little Apistos and tetras in here, catfish. I mean, they get their own food, but they get extra food. He doesn't lose food often, but they're ready when he does. Here he comes. He's looking for it. Here he comes. Nope. It's gone. They got it. Oh, getting a black ghost knife. Well, now he does have a tube down there, but he outgrew that a long time ago. So I think when they're little, they may keep them, with PVC pipe and stuff, but I kind of think that teaches them to be shyer than they really are. He's got plenty of cover in here. Here he is. And I never worry about him jumping. I may be sorry, but he doesn't even stick his nose out. Come up here, let me see you. There he is. There he is. He saw my finger, so he thought I was going to feed him, but they're blind. They're not blind. And I realized he could make a mistake and bite my finger. See you, Daniel. That could happen with any fish or... Oh, he's fussing. He's fussing. All right, let me get one more piece of that. Let's see. Come on, I get it. Get it. He's so gentle. One time I wasn't paying attention. He doesn't want to take it out of my hands, what it is. Might be afraid he's going to bite me. One time I was just talking, doing a video or something, and I had the lid open on the front here, the dirty lid, and had my hand on the edge, and I felt something ever so soft, and it was him. He came up and bumped my hand, wanted something to eat. It scared me, but he didn't try to bite me, just gently bumped me. All right. Here's one more piece. Got a cat screaming. Thanks, Racy. Yeah, I love to watch on the TV monitor too. Daniel, what's up? Here he comes. All right, get it. Get it. There it is. Get it. Get it right there. I don't know if he doesn't want it or he just don't want to take it from me since it's so small. Let's try this. It's not going to stick on there now, it's too wet. Nope, there it goes. The Apistos are all saying yay, the lemon tetras, yay. I think he's just refusing to take it. I think he wants a piece of krill. Here, you guys can have this. Okay, guys. I'm gonna go. Oh, look at him. He's really showing out. That's all for us, for me. All right, I'm gonna go in here and get this fish. Just a piece of. Not yet, kitties. It's almost time for them to eat, but not quite. Not quite, Holly. Not quite. Trying to keep the sky view here a little bit because I've got. How do you raise the Apisto fry? Yeah, I leave them in there, Isaac, and just let them grow out naturally. And I haven't had enough to worry about. Their spawns are small, probably about half of those. I've never tried to pull them because they're so tiny anyway. And they do great with the moms for 2 or 3 weeks. By that time, they're big enough that that their siblings can't bother them. There's a lot of hiding place in there, but I haven't sold any of them. Another reason is because I wanted every one of them to grow out, hoping I'd get another female like I obviously have. Well, I've got about a half a piece of krill. So we'll see. Good night, Dan and Jack. Thanks. Gary's Aquatics. Got a motley crew in my bed. Chihuahua City. Rico's the big boss in the middle. All right, come on here. Come on here. There we go. Oh, he smelled that fast. Look at that. Oh, there's what he wants right there. He got it. That's what he wanted. Still frozen. He's probably thinking, are you crazy? Sorry. There you go. He smelled that fast. Okay, guys. I'm going to close it out and get in here with this old cat and get her fed and these doggies fed. They just haven't started barking yet, but they will. Yeah, Gary, he was 14 inches the last time I checked him, but. And Sandy, the Sand Creek snake, is staying in his den. Back there, you can barely see him, but he ate his mouse last night, so he's gonna be fine. Gonna be fine. If you just Google blue steels for sale, they're probably for sale somewhere, someplace like the Wet Spot, or I'm trying to think who does like specialty. They're kind of a specialty thing. A lot of they're not real popular is one thing that they are. One reason they are specialty because they're so hard to get a female. And yeah, well, he had already eaten twice today, Maria, a whole bunch. I was just trying to give him something he didn't want. I knew he would eat that. Yeah, I lost one of my chihuahuas, Toby, the little paralyzed one. I lost him. It's just like it was last night. It's been, 6 months. Not even that one. Hey, I told you you'd be getting rowdy. Hey. Yeah, poor Toby. Poor Toby. All right. He's growling at me now. All right. Yazzie, you better come here and see Pam. He likes Pam because when I get on with Pam, sometimes on her stream, he knows I'm going to be sitting here a couple hours. You better come on and see Pam. I've got Pam on here. Oh, there he comes. I got Pam on here. Where's he at? I've got your pad all out of the way. There he is. You want to get up here and see Pam? Daniel, you still didn't get one of those peanuts. Where's he at? Come on. Yazzie. There he is. Oh my. Oh my. Sterling's doing great. He's eating pretty much anything I throw in there. And Carrot still won't eat anything except Daniel's about to go back to sleep. Except the jumbo worms. Here, let's scare him. Let's turn it around. Let's turn it around. Where's it at? There it is. Be still. Hold on. Hang on. Yazzie's not a fan of phone. Sorry, baby. You make creepy noises. Yeah. You make some creepy noises. We got a light behind us now. Pammy can't hear your voice, so this won't last too long. Oh, I'm about to get a copyright back there. Yazzie. Yeah, he's 4.5 pounds of terror. Who's the sweetest? Huh? Who's the sweetest? Is it Yazzie? Oh, it's Yazzie. I guess it is Yazzie. Oh, wow. It's got some gator teeth. Got some gator teeth. Yeah. He's Yazzierella. Yeah, it's cold over here, isn't it? Over by the vent. Need to figure out where I can move my snake, guys. I've got wall-to-wall snake tank, fish tank, bird cage, fish tank, lizard tank, fish tanks, bed. I've got to figure out some place to move the snake. It's not quite so trafficky through here, and I think that's one reason it took him so long to settle down. And he's sitting on top of one of the dog's kennels. But I have to leave that kennel there. They just eat in their kennels, that's all, so that everybody gets to eat. I've got to sort that out. I don't want to put him in the other part of the house because of the 3 cats. They couldn't get into him, but they could sure scare him. Oh, wow, look at that purple. Hang on. Yazzie, you're making me hit it twice. Hang on. You gonna hold on? All right. Yeah, I got you. Look at that glare. Look at the rainbow, the very back one. Look at the purple. He is really colored up. There's 3 kinds of rainbows swimming right there together. The purple is really cool. Didn't do that very often. All right, guys. I keep saying all right, guys. I do have to get off here and feed all these varmints, walk these dogs. Well, it's really just feeding the dogs and the cats. Everybody else is done. I remember when somebody was worried about my wave maker, they thought it put out too much. See how much trouble they're having swimming directly in it? Not. If they don't want to play in it, they go right there beneath it. People are funny. Why would they stay right in it and fight it if it was too much for them? They'd just move below it. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, mods. Had some really good mods in here tonight. I always do. I have the best mods in the world. People brag about mods and talk about mods, and I tell you what, I have awesome mods and awesome fish friends and awesome fish fam. And especially thank you guys that did donations. They actually are super chats, but they really are donations. I don't need anything that, I can't buy myself. So to say I'm going to put it back in the hobby, or I do some super chats and stuff, but not with that money. I give that to the ARC. and it was $157. That's what I made my first month on Super Chats and advertising. That monetization adds up a little bit. I've already got like $27 for July, I noticed. Now, some of that's Super Chat, I guess. I don't know. This may be the first Super Chats I've got this month. Anyway, it all adds up and it helps. Thank you, Gary's. I have another stir by somewhere, and I never can think to look for it and get them in the same tank. I've only got two, but they're not in the same tank. Oh, there's my, see the plico in there on the rock? I think that's an, don't tell James. What is the kind of plicos that he just got? The zebras? See it in there? I bet James is running over. Zebras. Is that what I said, Pam? I don't know. It's not. It's an angel. I think it's called an angel plico. About $40 or something. They're pretty though. I started to say they're over there at Rob's at Aquatic Aesthetics. He sells about 10 of them a week, and every week he gets them in. I got one and I wanted to see how it did, and it's done great in this tank. I just dropped one pellet in, broken up at night, and he's been doing great. Fisher wanting to go to bed. Okay, guys, good night. We've been going over an hour. And James, when we go to Nashville, we're going to take Yazzie. He doesn't care for Ed, but I'm sure he'll love you. Night, Pam. Thank you, Pam. Thank you. Is anybody going live that we can send people to? Hey, Jesse. Hey, Zen. What did you say, Zen? Oh, crap, it won't scroll. Anthony. Zen, how many of the plecos did you get? The zebras? 44 isn't a few. All right, so Derek's going to be going live. If anybody wants to put a link, Fishy Biz is live. Thank you, Maria and mods. Good night. Zen got out of here too quick. Too quick. There you go. She's blue now. She's blue now. I know you're not a daytime person so much, and that's one reason I had held off doing that during the day, because I didn't want you to feel like you needed to be there, but I've got a good team of people, so great for these late night. So no link. JN is still live with Carmack. Well, that's where I'm going back to then. That's where I'm going back. Hey, listen, is it me or does Jim Carmack, and God, I wish I knew 100th of what he knows, does he kind of remind you of like an older Miles? Think about that. I mean that in a good way, but hey, Hat Trick Farm. Fishy Biz. Anything. Pam put up Fishy Biz. If Derek's got one set up, him, or back to JN. We've got choices, so that's always great. And I've been watching his. The reason I've left it on is he had like 18, 19 when I noticed the fish and left there. And if he had dropped down, I would have stayed there. So any of you that were there must have stayed both places. But yeah, Zen, don't feel like you gotta show up. Sometimes it's right in Candy's busiest time and she's not able to come. So Anthony works, and it's 3 o'clock when his time, when it's 6 o'clock when I'm streaming my time, and same with Sandy. Dodie or Dowdy, I need to ask her which way. Don't be spreading rumors. Who? I am going to spread. I did not, Anthony. Okay. Pam beat me. Oh, she beats on me all the time. Yeah, well, I just didn't want you to feel like, because I know you're like me. You're more of a afternoon, nighttime person, and I know you don't sleep a lot anyway. I understand all that. I don't. So anyway, if you can show up, that's awesome, but don't feel like you have to. You see, there's a great group here. I appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys. All right, still 25 people here. Yazzie, tell them good night. Say good night. Silly. Bye, guys.